Hey everyone, welcome back to the JavaScript course. So in this video, we'll be exploring about JavaScript operators. And if you find this interesting, let's get started right away. So let's explore about JavaScript operators. So inside my VS Code, I've created my index.html file, style.css file, as well as my script.js file. And there is some basic boilerplate code inside the index.html file. Okay, so I've already linked the style.css as well as the script.js file over here at the bottom. And we have a basic h2 tag with the class of text, and there is some basic and random styling inside the style.css. And inside the script.js file, we simply have a hello world message. Okay, and I've run this application in the live server. So if you can check out over here, yeah, so we are getting the console.log message, right, with the text over here inside the web page. So now let's continue about operators. Okay, so there are different kinds of operators inside of JavaScript, that is arithmetic operators, bitwise operators, and then comparison operators and assignment operators. So we'll be exploring about most of them with better examples so that we can get the hang of it. So first, let's explore about the arithmetic operators in JavaScript. So there are pretty much 5 to 6 arithmetic operators. So let's discuss each one of them. So we have the plus, we have the minus, and then we have the divide, the star, that is to multiply, and then we have the modulus operator, we have the increment, we have the decrement as well as the increment operator. Okay, so let's understand each one of them with a help of an example. So over here, let me initialize some values. So let's say var a equals to 10, and then var b equals to 20. Okay, so let's initialize a result variable and then calculate the sum of these two variables by making use of the plus operator. So let's console.log the result. So yeah, we should pretty much get a 10 plus 20, that's going to be 30, right? Yeah, so we are getting 30. So now let's try the same thing with the minus operator. So var c equals to, let's say, 30, and then var d equals to 10. Again, let's initialize a result variable, and we're going to say a plus c minus d. Okay, so let's console.log the result. Yeah, so over here in the second case, we are trying to minus the value, that is to find the difference. So it's going to be 20. Yeah, so as you can see, we are getting 20 in the console. So now let's do the same thing for the next operator, that is the multiply. Okay, so var e equals to 40, then var f equals to, let's say, 3. Again, var result equals to e star f. Okay, so let's console.log the result. Yeah, so pretty much you should get 120 as the output. Yeah, so we are getting 120. So let's similarly try for all the other two. So that is, this one is going to be divide, and this one is going to be, let's say, modulus, right? So let's give it a try. So we are going to get a decimal value of, I believe, yeah, so it's going to be 13 point something value, and for the modulus operator, we are going to get 1. Okay, so let's also discuss about the increment as well as the decrement operator. So let's initialize a variable over here. So let's say var number equals to 20, and let's try to increment the value of the number by 1. So let's say plus plus. So we are trying to use the increment operator. So increment operator increases the value or decreases the value by 1 if we use a decrement operator. So we are using an increment operator over here, as you can see. So now the value of number should be 21. So let's console.log number. So yeah, it should give us 21. Yeah, so as you can see, we are getting 21 in the console. So now let's try to do it a couple of times over here. Let's do it, let's say, 3 times. So now the value should have become plus 3, right? So it's going to be 23 in the console. Yeah, so as you can see, we are getting 23 in the console. So now let's also try to decrement the variable. So let's say again we do it thrice. Okay, so again, if you're adding 3 times and then again decrementing 3 times, the value is going to be the same, that is 20, right? Let's do it just 2 times. So now we are going to get 21 as the output. Yeah, so we are incrementing 3 times and then decrementing 2 times. So the result is 1. So we are going to add 1 to the number. So it's going to be 21. So that's it about the arithmetic operator. So now let's move on to the next one, that is assignment operator. Okay. So let's take a var variable and assign a value 40. So essentially what is happening over here is we are assigning the value of 40 to the variable m. So m is pretty much, let's say, it's a container that is holding the value of 40. So this is assigning a value to a particular variable. So let's say console.log of m. So yeah, we are pretty much gonna get 40 because m is holding the value of 40. So that's it about the assignment operator. So now let's try to add some strings as well as numbers, and let's see what exactly is going to be the output. So let's say we have a first string of hello, and then let's say we have the number of 30. Let's make it more precise, so let's keep it as word, and inside our result container we are going to say word plus number. So it's going to be word plus number. Yeah, so let's try to console.log the result. So pretty much we should see hello 30 because it's not going to do anything, it's just going to concatenate whatever values we give. So let's check out the result once. Yeah, so as you can see we are able to see hello 30. So now let's try to add a number and a string, and let's see what is going to happen. So let's say const number equals to, let's say 30, and let's say var value equals to, let's say again 24. Okay, so we are trying to add a number as the and a string, right? So let's say number plus value. Let's try to console.log the result. Okay, so essentially what is happening over here is we're trying to add a number and then a string. So should the answer be 54, or it's going to concatenate like this string? So let's give it a try. So it is going to concatenate, so we're going to get 3024 as the result, right? So let's refresh. Okay, result has been already declared. So let's result value, let's keep it like this, and let's access the result value. Okay, so now yeah, we should get 3024 as the output because it's not going to add, it's going to just concatenate. So but one thing over here is if I just put a minus sign, it's going to give me a different value. So this is really shocking in JavaScript. So if you add, we are going to concatenate that particular values, that is for a number and string. So if you try to subtract, it's going to give you the correct value, that is 6, right? So there you go. But how does this happen? So you should go check this out. Okay, how exactly it's working. So pretty much we are getting 6, right? So because if we use minus, so if you use plus, we are actually concatenating those two values. So that is 3024. So now let's try and move on to the next one, that is the comparison operators. Okay, so over here we have equals equals, and then triple equals, or not equal to, and then not equal to with a double equals. So the first one is just checking the value of two variables, and triple equals means it's checking the value. Also it's also checking the type of the variable, that is if it is int, that is both the variables are int or not, or both are string or not. So that is a strict check. So this one not equal to is similar to equal to, but in the opposite fashion. Okay, and not equal to, again it's going to check the type and give the result. Okay, so let's try that out with help of some examples. So let's say const a equals to 40, and then const b equals to again 40. So now let's write console.log a equals to b. So let's, yeah, no need of another console.log. So yeah, pretty much it should give us true. Okay, again it has been, so let's make use of var instead of that. So let's say var and var. Yeah, so now let's give it a try. Yeah, so as you can see we are getting true as the correct result because both the values are equal. So now let's give it a strict check, that is with the help of 3 equals. So again it's going to give us a true because both the variables are type of numbers, so they are int. So now let's say I make the first one as a string, I mean the second one as a string. So now we should get a value of false. Okay, so as you can see we are getting false because it's checking the condition, it's doing the strict check, that is it's checking whether both the values are same or not, that is of the same data type or not, but it is false over here. That is the first one is going to be number and the second one is going to be string. So whereas if you just do double equals, it's just going to check the value that is present. So let's say I give a 10 over here, it's going to give false because the values are itself different. So yeah, let's give that a try. Yeah, so as you can see we are getting false in the console. So that was it about the comparison operator. Similarly we can use the not equals, and then again the not equals with strict check. Okay, it's going to check the type of the variable, So yeah, that was it about the JavaScript operators. We went and explored about more examples, and I think that's it for this video. Let's see you in the next video, and then thank you for watching.